Hello, welcome to another episode of Lance's Garage. Today I'm going to be working on a 2008 Sportster. Have a problem. I installed new bars on here, and Harley has an extension kit. And when I installed the extension wiring for the hand controls and the turn signals, had the connectors go under the tank here. And I had one of the connectors crack and just kind of taped it together. And unfortunately, what's happening is it worked fine for a little bit. And then when my stepson was out riding the bike, it was cutting off. And basically what's happening is that connector has gotten loose because when I've turned the bar, I had it running, turned the bars, it cut off. So basically what's happening is the run switch gets disconnected, and the starter, it won't start or anything, and then you kind of move it around and then it'll work again. So basically I'm not going to get another connector and repin it. I'm just going to take some zip ties, because we're going to fix it the right way. And quite frankly, I don't want to repin a connector right now. I might look to do that in the future. I got to research and see what the connector is. And I got some depinning tools, all that. The way I'm going to fix it right now is to just get some zip ties, because right now I have electrical tape around it. And basically, I know the electrical tape is just probably with the motor heat just gone. So I'm just going to put some small zip ties. That'll keep it squeezed together, fix it. Should be easy. First part is, of course, you got to take off the seat, because part of the tank connection is right here. Now, for those of you that haven't worked with a fuel injected Harley before, you just have to disconnect the fuel line. So this connector right here, you just lift up on this metal piece, drops down, a little bit of gas comes out, and then it's got a cylinder. It's a pressure connect, and that's it. Tank is disconnected. Very easy. And now you can remove this entire, there's a bolt here and a bolt back there on this particular model of Sportster. And once we remove those two bolts, lift the tank up and set it aside. So to remove the tank, you need a 1/4 Allen and a 1/2 wrench to hold the nut over here. And you're going to take and remove that one and that one. And then you're just going to lift the tank off and set it to the side. Okay, so just real quickly, I forgot there is a filter the fuel pump line. I believe that to get it, we just gotta pull this side cover off here, and this is the vent. There's a vent line, and then here is the fuel pump harness. You just pull that, and then where is... Okay, so put the tank back on. Just held it with this bolt real quick, not the front bolt. This guy right here just needs to be popped off with a screwdriver. Sorry, right here. It's just got this one connector, so I'm just going to pop that off, and then I can set the tank aside. There's the tank over there. Get your two tank bolts, the longer ones for the front, shorter ones for the back. Just keep those over here. And now, the problem child that I screwed up when I did this the first time is underneath this cover. So you can see here, these connectors are fine. This is the extension cable. So these are the original connectors from the shorter handlebars that go from both of these hand controls and the turn signals. come down underneath here. So I might have to take off this again. I had to do it during the original install. These are extension cables. They just extend this connector out. So it's a T25 connector here, or screw that holds this plastic piece in place here. And I believe, is that the only one? Yeah, it is. Okay, so it's just that one T25 screw holding this thing in. Let's not lose that. And let's see, which connector was it? So this connector was good, so I believe it's this one is the problem child. Because this is just a turn signal, and it's got to be this one, because that's the one I taped over. So I'm just going to cut this, and then we're going to figure out a way to get this on here with some zip ties better, so that it's not coming apart. Here's a better picture of the problem. So this connector right here just pulls out because it this plastic piece back here broke when I pulled the original out. You can kind of see, here's the gray clip of how, you know, it looks similar to this. So what happens is this stuff, you know, it's sitting right over top of this, over top of a cylinder. So plastic, lots of heat, cold cycles, expands, contracts, breaks. The right way to fix this would be order a new one of these plugs that has the clip on it, that didn't break off, and repin this connector in. You can see it's all kind of tight in here. I'd have to cut off this stuff. However, we do not have that luxury because I don't have the connector type. So I'm going to take a zip tie here, go from one side of this plastic clip to the other, actually two zip ties together, small ones. And then the plan is to zip tie that together so that, you know, I was just using tape before, and I did have way too much pull too tight up here, and I just pulled it apart. So I'm going to zip tie it and fix it that way, and then this bike should be good to go. And like I said, maybe I'll look at replacing that connector in the future, but for now this is as good as I'm going to get for today. So the best way to do this is to cut off, there was a piece right here, just a zip tie. Cut that off, that was holding this in. Remove these other two connectors off, and then we will, gives us a little bit more room in here to fish the zip tie in, and then I'll show you the finished result. Okay, so here's the finish. I'm just gonna, you can see that's not coming apart. It's gonna be held together. Two zip ties, just make sure they're good and tight. Ran through these wires here, there and there. And now I'm just gonna zip tie this rear end section here back up to this piece of plastic. Just undo everything I just did in reverse, and that's it. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Lance's Garage. Just some basic maintenance on a device, or on a motorcycle, to fix a problem that I should have done this before to start with. But if you found this useful or want to see some of the other projects we got here, please hit like and subscribe. Thanks again for tuning in.